going on? How y'all doing tonight? So I got word that last night that Kansas City, Missouri passed, the racist voters passed to take down Dr. Martin Luther King's street. Who does that? They really felt the need to not honor him in this street. And I'm like, what are you thinking? What are you doing? It got me thinking, and I read about how divided it was. Yeah, it's racist because he's a black man that stood for civil rights. He's a black man that's prominent almost in any city, any place. Their county's named after him. So why would they take down his street? What is their purpose? They talking about some historical spot. Just that happens to be one African American person that gets named after, and they're saying, "Oh, you got to take it down." That doesn't even make any sense to logic. I mean, come on now. This is Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. we're talking about. As important as any president or entertainer, whatever you want to call this, walked in America, you have to acknowledge him. He is the face and the voice of the civil rights. And if that's the case, they probably want to tear down the civil rights bills that they have to have in workplaces and buses and different places, right? I mean, if you're going to do that, who would be possessed to do that in 2019? You've only had a civil rights in the last 50 some years. And this man was the face and the voice of it, you know. So I said to myself, I said, well, if you come to that much energy to vote to do away with a street being named after him, then you should put that energy forth to refuse to accept the holiday in January in his honor. Boycott it. Since you voted to take a street, because I don't think they're going to be so quick to roll out of bed that day or not go vacation or do something. But it really shows the hate here that they would go to that lengths. I take it very personal because anybody who doesn't understand what Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., regardless if you agree with his philosophy or not, that voice and what he said resonates to this day. And he was a groundbreaker in America, and it shook up, you know. Now it gets watered down and get twisted and tossed by some people who just use it for an agenda. But there has not been someone who's quite been as vocalized as him that hit it like that. Spied on, despised, hated, and loathed. Let's keep it 100. So I can't give. This is embarrassing for Kansas City. They should be ashamed of themselves to allow the voters to allow this mess to even become. Dr. King should be a street in every place in America, every county, the whole nine. That's embarrassing to Kansas City. That's my thoughts and takes about them racist voters in Kansas City voting to take Dr. Martin Luther King's name off their street. Give me your thoughts, your takes. Hit the like, hit the subscribe, and the bell rings a new video. Good night.